The way to judge if your baby's getting enough milk is to look at what's coming out the other end. Look at their nappies. So when a baby's very small in the first 24 hours of life, we're already starting to look at the poo rate. We want to see that meconium poo start to work through. We're looking for 1 poo in the first 24 hours. On day 2, 2 poos in the next 24 hours. And then we're looking for that dark black tarry poo to start to become a transitional greeny, slightly less sticky consistency. And then by the time the milks come in, day 4, day 5, we're looking for mustardy yellow, normal breastfed baby poos. That's a really good indication that the milk is going through the baby system. And from that sort of time the milk's coming in, we're looking for around 3 poos in 24 hours, the size of a £2 coin or bigger. That's a good sign your baby's transferring milk. And in terms of wet nappies, after the milk started to come in, day 4, day 5, we're looking for around 6 wet nappies in 24 hours. Nice heavy wet nappies that we don't have to think about and wonder if there's a poo in there or a pee in there, because we can see that they're really nice and full. And we don't want urine to be too strongly smelling or too dark. When a baby's really tiny in the first couple of days of life, we might see orangey or even brick dust in the nappy because the urine's very, very concentrated. And we might only see 1 pee in the first day of life or 2 pees in the second day of life. That's normal, we don't worry about that. But when the milks come in, we do want to see lots of nice wet nappies. And we're also looking at weight gain as well. So it's normal for a very tiny baby to lose up to 10% of their body weight. We don't panic as long as it's not more than about 10% of their body weight. And back up to birth weight by around 2 weeks. Sometimes it might take a couple of days past that, but ideally we're back up to birth weight around 2 weeks. And then after that, we're carrying on hugging that graph. We're sort of using that red book as a tool to help us to flag up any problems. We're not worrying if a baby dips slightly or goes slightly above their line, but ideally they're roughly staying on that curve. And what we don't look at is how often a baby feeds. That's actually not a good way to judge milk transfer and how much milk's a baby getting. It's really normal for a newborn baby to want to come back to the breast after 15 or 20 minutes or after half an hour or have a block of time when they just want to feed constantly because they're cluster feeding. So if your baby wants to feed again and you think, oh, they've only just fed half an hour before, or maybe I don't have enough milk, don't use that as a way to judge your milk supply. Hopefully when a baby's feeding well, you'll also hear some swallowing. That's a good sign that milk's transferring as well.